Hey traveler, let's bust one of the biggest travel myths, and that is that somehow by clearing your browser cookies, you can find and book cheaper flights. I can unequivocally tell you that this is false. You know, here at Thrifty Traveler, we find flight deals every single day. And if we search 25, 50, 100 times for the same flight and it somehow impacted fare pricing, we would never be able to find a flight deal. And when we send that out to our readers and subscribers, they'd never be able to book it. So it just does not make any logical sense. So let me explain to you how flight pricing works. All right, so first off, airline prices are constantly fluctuating. The airlines put different routes on sale. People are buying different fares on different routes. It's impacting a lot of different factors. And as the closer you get to the day that you depart, fares get simply more expensive. So their fares are fluctuating all the time. So, if you look at a fare and then you come back even 3-6 hours later, it could have already changed. And that's what you might see. And it's gonna lead you to believe that the more times that you go visit, for instance, Google Flights, that somehow that is impacting fare pricing. That is not true. The airline pricing is just constantly changing. Number two, the number of seats that you buy on a flight also can impact fare pricing. So a lot of times when you go to Google Flights and you search for just one seat, it might be, $200. But when you search for 4 seats for your whole family, it can be $100 more. The reason for that is that airlines have different fare buckets. Essentially, like bucket A would have 5 seats. Bucket B would have 5 more seats, and each bucket is priced individually. And as you start buying more tickets, sometimes that can bleed into the other buckets where the pricing can shift. And number 3 is the difference between cached and live data. So, when you hop on Google Flights to book, sometimes the information that you're going through is actually a half an hour, to 2 hours old. Google Flights or Kayak or Expedia, wherever you're using, it's just more efficient and quicker to search through fares if you're not constantly pulling in live data. But then when you ultimately go to book, that is when the live current fare pricing is pulled in. So there will be a lot of times a little bit of a disconnect in pricing where you'll see a shift. And immediately you can only assume that the number of times you've been searching has somehow impacted fare pricing, when in reality, it's just a little bit of a shift in the timing of fare pricing. All right, guys, so please stop spreading the false travel myth that somehow removing your browser cookies is going to lower prices, and save yourself time as well. Use Google Flights to book. No cookies are ever collected that impact fare pricing. If you'd like to learn how to travel more for less, check us out at thriftytraveler.com, as well as the links below. And make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. Cheers to cheap flights.